You're lying in bed, almost asleep, when you hear it again. That wet, rhythmic sound of your dog licking their paws in the darkness. Lick, lick, lick. It has become so familiar that you barely notice it anymore. Maybe you have told yourself it is just a quirky habit, something dogs do. But here is the truth most dog owners do not realize. That nightly ritual is not random. It is a message. And if you keep ignoring it, you might be missing something your dog desperately needs you to understand. After working over 15 years as a dog daycare attendant, I have seen thousands of dogs come through our doors, and I have learned to read them in ways most people never get the chance to. One thing I have discovered is that repetitive paw licking, especially at night, is rarely just a habit. It is your dog trying to tell you something they cannot put into words. In this video, I am going to break down exactly what that message might be, from hidden health issues to emotional cries for help, so you can finally give your dog the relief they have been silently begging for. If you love your dog and want to truly understand what is going on in their world, this is something you need to understand. The nighttime factor. First, let's talk about why this happens specifically at night. During the day, your dog is distracted. There are sounds, smells, people moving around, maybe other pets to interact with. But when everything goes quiet and the house settles into darkness, your dog is left alone with their body. Any discomfort they've been ignoring suddenly becomes impossible to tune out. It's the same reason you might notice a headache more when you're trying to fall asleep. The stillness amplifies everything. So if your dog only licks their paws at night, it does not mean the problem only exists at night. It means that is when they finally have the space to address it. Allergies, the hidden culprit. One of the most common reasons dogs obsessively lick their paws is allergies. And I'm not just talking about food allergies, though those matter too. Environmental allergies are huge. Pollen, grass, dust mites, mold, all of these can irritate your dog's skin. And guess what part of their body touches the ground the most? Their paws. Every walk outside is like dragging their feet through a field of irritants. The itching becomes unbearable, and licking provides temporary relief. It is soothing. It releases endorphins. But it is also a band-aid on a wound that keeps reopening. If you notice your dog's paw licking gets worse during certain seasons, or after walks in grassy areas, allergies might be the answer. A simple solution? Wipe their paws with a damp cloth every time they come inside. It sounds almost too easy, but it removes those allergens before they have a chance to burrow in and cause chaos. The anxiety connection. But here is something that might surprise you. Sometimes paw licking has nothing to do with physical discomfort at all. Sometimes it is emotional. Dogs experience anxiety just like we do, and they develop coping mechanisms to deal with it. Licking releases calming chemicals in the brain. It is self-soothing behavior, similar to how a stressed person might bite their nails or tap their foot. If your dog licks their paws obsessively, especially during times of change, a new home, a new family member, or a shift in routine, they might be telling you they feel unsettled inside. I have seen it so many times at the daycare. A dog who seemed perfectly fine starts licking their paws raw, and when we dig deeper with the owner, we find out there has been a recent divorce, a move, or even just longer work hours, leaving the dog alone more often. Dogs are emotional sponges. They absorb the energy around them, and when that energy feels unstable, they try to comfort themselves in any way they can. Infections and yeast overgrowth. Now let's get into the less pleasant but equally important territory, infections. If your dog's paws smell a bit like corn chips or have a funky yeasty odor, that is not normal. That is a sign of yeast overgrowth or bacterial infection. The warm, moist environment between their toes is a breeding ground for these issues. And once an infection takes hold, the itching becomes relentless. Your dog is not licking because they want to. They are licking because they have to. Check between their toes. Look for redness, swelling, discharge, or a brownish discoloration on the fur. If you see any of these signs, it is time to visit the vet. Infections will not go away on their own, And the more your dog licks, the worse it gets, creating a vicious cycle of moisture, irritation, and more licking. Pain that they can't show you. Here's one that breaks my heart. Sometimes dogs lick their paws because something hurts, and they do not know how else to tell you. It could be a thorn lodged between their toes, a small cut, a cracked pad, or even arthritis pain radiating down from their joints. Dogs are masters at hiding pain. It is an instinct passed down from their wolf ancestors, where showing weakness could make them a target. So instead of limping or crying out, they quietly lick the area that hurts, hoping it will somehow make things better. Run your fingers gently over each paw. Feel for bumps, cuts, or tender spots. Watch how your dog reacts. If they pull away or flinch, you have found something that needs attention. Boredom and understimulation. I have to be honest with you about something, and please don't take this the wrong way. Sometimes excessive paw licking is a sign that your dog isn't getting enough mental or physical stimulation. Dogs need more than just food and shelter. They need enrichment, exercise, problem solving, and meaningful interaction with their humans. When those needs aren't met, they find ways to occupy themselves. Licking becomes a repetitive, almost meditative activity to pass the time. Think about your dog's daily routine. Are they getting enough walks, playtime, mental challenges like puzzle feeders or training sessions? A tired dog, both physically and mentally, is a content dog. And a content dog doesn't need to lick their paws for hours to feel okay. When it becomes compulsive, there is a point when paw licking crosses from concerning into compulsive behavior. It becomes so ingrained that your dog cannot stop, even after the original cause has been addressed. They have essentially developed a habit loop, a neurological pattern that fires automatically. The paws might be healed, the allergies may be managed, but the licking continues because the brain has learned to crave it. Breaking a compulsive behavior takes patience. It often requires working with a veterinary behaviorist, using redirection techniques, and sometimes medication to help reset those neural pathways. The key is catching it early before it reaches this stage. What you can do tonight. So, what should you do if your dog is licking their paws? Start by examining their paws closely. Look for visible irritation, smell for signs of infection, and feel for foreign objects. Then think about recent changes in their diet, environment, or routine. Consider whether they have had enough exercise and mental stimulation lately. If you cannot identify an obvious cause, schedule a visit with your veterinarian. I know it is easy to put this off, to tell yourself it is probably nothing. But your dog cannot make that appointment for themselves. They are relying on you to be their advocate, their voice, their protector. A message worth hearing. Here's what I want you to take away from this. The sound you hear every night is not just noise. It is communication. Your dog is reaching out the only way they know how, hoping you will notice, hoping you will help. They are not trying to annoy you or keep you awake. They are trying to cope with something that is bothering them, something physical, emotional, or both. And the beautiful thing is, once you understand the message, you can respond. You can take action. You can show your dog that their signals are being heard, that they are not alone in whatever they are going through. That is what being a true companion means. Not just sharing space, but sharing understanding. If your dog has been licking their paws and you have discovered the reason, I would love to hear about it in the comments. What was causing it? How did you help them? Your experience might be exactly what another dog owner needs to hear. And if you want to keep learning how to understand and care for your dog on a deeper level, subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video. Every video we make is designed to help you become the person your dog already believes you are. See you in the next one.